Okay, so I just finished sort of recording this actually, but I forgot to record sound, so we're restarting. Woohoo! But anyways, um, I realized that a lot of my friends don't super know what I do, and so I decided to make this video, or to ask them what they thought I did, and if they had any questions. And now I'm sort of gonna talk about what they said in their answers. So, if you don't know, hi, my name's Zoe. I'm a PhD student at the University of Florida studying industrial and systems engineering. So, I got my bachelor's in industrial and systems engineering from the University of Washington. And now I'm here. I went straight from my bachelor's to here, which a lot of people don't know you can do, but it's something, at least in the US, most universities let you do. Most universities, though, require you to get your master's at least along the way. Mine doesn't, but I am planning on getting my master's at the end of the summer. Anyways, so I have been in my PhD program for about 2 years now. And I don't feel like I'm any closer than I was when I started, but it's okay. So, first of all, what I'm studying. So, as I said, it's industrial and systems engineering. But so, what does that entail? So, I had one friend who said systems. Good job. Another friend said industrial engineering. So, yes, they also got it. But the friend who said systems first said logistics, which is part of it. So, industrial systems engineering is all about optimizing systems. Primarily human-focused systems or human-centered systems. So tends to be focused on like manufacturing systems, how that's done, supply chain, healthcare systems. The list goes on and on of things that they work on. So, me personally, I work a lot with education systems. My big focus right now is AI in STEM education, specifically undergraduate STEM education. And then, yeah. So there's a couple different fields within industrial and systems engineering that apply to this. They have different methodologies, though. So there's data analysis, there's operations research, and then there's human-centered design. So those are sort of the three big categories in my mind. If I'm missing something, let me know. But those are the three big ones in my mind. So I focus more on sort of human-centered sort of ideology, but also data analysis. I enjoy operations research as like a fun puzzle, but I hate learning about the theory of it, so it's not something I tend to do a lot of. Another thing I really like is facilities design, which is sort of like a subcategory, but you don't really have, there's not really a lot of research done on it because it's sort of, it is what it is. The general idea behind a lot of it has already been decided, but people still mess it up all the time. So my friends then also, I had one friend ask what my dream. So right now I am planning on being a professor. Whether that's a teaching professor or a research professor, I'm not sure yet. I used to think that I just wanted to be a teaching professor, but I enjoy the research quite a bit. It's just, I don't know that I want the pressure of having to write papers and go to conferences. I enjoy going to conferences. I'm actually going to one in October, but it's just a lot of pressure you have on you. Not that you don't with teaching as well, but it's a lot of pressure. And so the other thing that might happen if I don't get my PhD is I just go and teach at a community college with my master's. which I'd be totally willing to do. I love just teaching. I want to teach. So, yeah, that's my plan. Then I had another question that I asked my friends because I'm studying with AI. I asked them what their understanding of Gen AI was. And I guess I should have been more specific because I was talking about generative AI. But my friend gave an answer of what they'd heard from their friends, which referred to generalized AI. So generalized AI general AI is the idea of an AI system that can do, I won't say can do anything, but can do anything a human can do. So the idea is that it's not specifically trained for one specific task. And so there's a lot of discourse within AI research about whether or not that's already been achieved. It's about 50-50. Some people think it's been achieved, but we just don't have enough data to have it be fully realized, and then others just say it hasn't been achieved yet. That's a big issue in AI right now, is lack of good data, which is interesting. The fact that we've run out of good data for AI to be trained on. But yeah. And then what I was talking about was generative AI, which is sort of what most of the AI models that people know of are, like Gemini or ChatGPT. ChatGPT is specifically a large language model, which just is a generative AI model that uses language as its primary mode of generative work. So it generates text. So the way that these work is they sort of amalgamate or combine all of the data that it has on a topic to answer your question. And so, as a lot of people know, ChatGPT can be very prone to hallucinating or making up a fake answer, because its one goal is to give you an answer, not to give you a correct answer. Hence why you can feed stuff back to ChatGPT that it's said, and it'll correct itself. And then Gemini does more than just language. It can do photos and things like that as well. So that's that. So my personal research right now is about undergraduate students' opinions of AI use in their education. Sort of playing around with a bit of different things for getting that sort of data and then putting it all together. And then I'm also doing something with my professor on some of the work she's doing with incorporating creativity in STEM education. So she's been having her students write poems in her supply chain course, which is interesting. But yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm gonna cut this up into clips for Instagram and TikTok. But overall, I'm gonna try and post this to YouTube today. And we'll see. Sorry, I'm gonna try and cut out as many of my ums as possible, but we'll see how that goes. Sorry, hanging out. I couldn't stand it. Okay, bye.